Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you happen to be one of the privileged individuals last night to be an NBA fan, which you probably are if you're watching this video, and you happen to be bored on a Saturday night because, I don't know, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and quarantining yourself in your homes and not going outside so you could, try to do whatever you can to mitigate the potential spread of the illness that's going around right now, then you probably stumbled upon Instagram or Twitter last night. And if you happen to, especially if you happen to be a Denver Nuggets fan, I'm not going to lie, on my personal Instagram, I only follow Lakers. I only follow players like Dwight Howard, LeBron James, Anthony Davis. But on the TheFlightMike Instagram, I do follow most of the notable stars in the NBA. And I must admit, I haven't had the pleasure of viewing the content that I'm about to describe firsthand, but there are many mediums to obtaining said content, and if you really truly want to see it, then shoot me a DM on my Instagram, and I guess I could send it to you, which sounds really freaking weird, but I have a link to it, and honestly, it is not the greatest thing ever. I must admit, it's a little interesting that Jamal Murray would make this decision. And for those of you guys that don't know what I'm talking about, well, pretty much what happened last night, and the reason why Jamal Murray currently is trending on Twitter like no other, is Jamal Murray was doing his thing and quarantining himself like a good basketball player would with his girlfriend at the time, Harper Hempel. And by the way, let's give this man a trophy. His girlfriend, absolutely lovely. Really happy for Jamal Murray. Now, before I get to any further in this content, guys, if you're new to the channel, you watch a lot of NBA videos and NBA content, you want to get the latest and greatest NBA news, even edgy, crazy stuff like this, especially during times where the NBA season's suspended, please take a moment to subscribe, turn on notifications, and drop a like because, us basketball YouTubers are currently undergoing some difficult times in the content creation process. Also, if you're a fan of football or the NFL, I also have a football channel called Microphone and a new soccer channel called Flight FC. If you happen to be into gaming, I also stream on twitch.tv/FlightMike. And if you want to hit me up on Instagram or Twitter to send me any news that you think might interest me, all of those links are in the description down below. And I also have a TikTok called @TheFlightMike. Now, I'm going to give you the lowdown of this story. If you go to Jamal Murray's Instagram last night, pretty much what you would have seen is just a bunch of stuff of him quarantining himself, just, him hanging out, not really doing anything special. And for a brief minute last night, Jamal Murray happened to post a NSFW video, him and his girlfriend. For lack of a better term, so I can't get into specifics, pretty much it was a sex tape. But that's the most vague I could get about it. And that is pretty much not what you want to do when, first of all, the NBA season's suspended, so you have a bunch of NBA fans that are bored at home looking at their phones. Literally, if you're quarantining yourself, all you're doing right now is probably playing video games, looking at your phone, training in home gyms, and eating, and that's about it. And, maybe once in a while, if you have the motivation to go and shave and groom yourself, or you happen to feel really inspired and you want to give yourself a haircut, maybe that's happening. But for the most part, you're bored out of your mind. Your phone usage is probably through the roof. So with that being said, chances are if you followed Jamal Murray, you saw what he posted, especially considering the fact that he has 450,000 followers. Now, what I want to talk about, initially I was thinking, okay, how on earth am I going to make a video on this? But what's interesting isn't the video he posted, because obviously I'm sure Jamal Murray probably meant to post that to his close friends, or I don't even know how on earth he would post that if it was not an accident. I don't think he would be out there trying to put his girlfriend that he's actually dating, they're actually together, up on display for the internet to try to get her Kim Kardashian famous. I don't think that was the plan, especially considering the way they reacted. So what ended up happening within 15 minutes of the video going out is Jamal Murray's Instagram account got deleted. But here's the weird thing, because if you watch the video, you would notice, you would notice that his girlfriend is not added anywhere. The girl that he's with is not added anywhere. But within minutes, both Jamal Murray and his girlfriend deleted their Instagram accounts. And what's even more interesting is, I'm not gonna lie, this is an awful attempt to cover up the entire story. And pretty much what Jamal Murray came out and said is he was hacked. And as a result, that video made its way to the stories. Now, I don't understand how exactly Jamal Murray could have been hacked. It means someone would have to have access to his... There's been moments in NBA, well, not in NBA, but in sports history where a prominent player has been hacked and had some really bad pictures pop up on his social media account during a time that could completely alter his career. I'm talking about Laramie Tunsil during the 2016 NFL draft. This is a guy that was considered to be the number 3 or number 4 pick in that draft. And eventually what ended up happening is his stepdad apparently uploaded a picture of him smoking out of a bong mask and posted it onto Instagram. And as a result of that, Laramie Tunsil took a tumble all the way down to the teens, where he shouldn't have been drafted, to the Miami Dolphins. He ended up having a great career. He just recently got traded to the Houston Texans. He's doing fine. He's in line for a huge contract. He definitely ended up living up to that top 5 NFL draft pick billing, even though he took a tumble down because he was sabotaged by a family member. So there has been moments that players have been hacked, and if you ask me, I don't think that's what happened here. And for all you know, like, I don't mean to like say Jamal Murray's a liar, but here's the thing. I think he meant to film what he filmed, and he meant to save it, but he accidentally storied it. And then by the time he noticed it, it was already too late. Now, here's the thing. I understand why Jamal Murray's apologizing, but if what he's saying is true, an apology isn't really necessary. He's a victim and he doesn't have to apologize for anything, but he's apologizing. So it means that he really wasn't hacked and it was a bad cover-up. But here's the funnier thing. And this is the part where I guess it's not really funny. I'm saying the situation is just weird and silly and unusual. But his girlfriend posts this tweet at 1:45 a.m. last night saying, if you have the video, please delete it. And Harper, I'm so sorry, but that is simply, I don't really, I know I have the video and it's like a link to a tweet. Maybe for all you know, it's been deleted, but that is simply not how the internet works. It's not one of those things where you put something out there and people say, oh my God, what have we done? This video, this content could truly hurt this individual, so we're going to delete it. That's not how the internet works. You put something on the internet and what ends up happening it's for everyone to keep, download, and save. Now, here's the thing that's really upsetting about this story. I know I don't mean to go full feminist on you guys, but I try my best to practice empathy towards women. And you need to understand, men always come back from stuff like this, bro. Men, like Draymond Green has literally had like multiple scenarios like this occur throughout his career. Literally during the NBA finals of 2015 or 2016 or 2017, one of those years, or the NBA playoffs, this man literally posted a NSFW picture of himself onto his Snapchat story. This was back when Snapchat was super relevant. Now, here's the ironic part. Draymond Green initially said that he got hacked, and I feel like that's everyone's initial go-to thing to say whenever they post something stupid onto social media. And then later on, Draymond Green would come out and say, I actually pushed the wrong button while using the app, and the post was intended to be a private message, and he knew he had made a mistake immediately. And then he said, we're all one click away from placing something in the wrong place, and I suffered from that this morning. And that was it. No one really talks about this anymore. Up until now, I'm only using it as an example. But for women, it's significantly more private and significantly more intrusive, especially considering the fact that you don't really see any part of Jamal Murray's body in the video. You do, but the focus is on his girlfriend for the most part. And that's what's so terrifying for women whenever they're placed in these types of situations where content that they don't want to have leaked out there gets leaked out. Jamal Murray has 450,000 followers on Instagram. You posted, you guys both somehow ended up posting that video onto the internet. I guess the only lesson you could really take from this situation is, and this is, bear in mind, I'm one of those people that just thinks simply that Jamal Murray did not get hacked. But if you're one of those people that just have to record yourselves, doing whatever, then be smart. Go into your camera roll. Don't go onto Snapchat. Don't go onto Instagram and record with the Instagram recorder. Don't go onto any app. Don't go onto TikTok. Don't go onto any of those. Go onto your camera roll. Make sure it stays in your camera roll. Then throw that file into some encrypted folder. There's plenty of apps on your iPhone that could 100% encrypt this stuff, because I understand some people are into recording themselves. And that way, situations like this cannot happen where you will quote unquote get hacked, or where you will quote unquote accidentally post NSFW stuff for 450,000 of your followers to see during a time where everyone's bored out of their minds with nothing to do but to look at their phones and, well, obviously those old 6-year-old games that the NBA is currently posting for us. Obviously, I don't think this is the biggest of deals. It's a slow news period, obviously, and this is a huge trend on Twitter, and I'm an NBA news channel, so I figured I had to cover it. And I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the most challenging things that I've ever had to cover in my entire career, because it's something very NSFW. I try to keep things as clean as possible here, so I hope I did a good job. Please don't DM me for the link to the video, because I'm definitely not going to send it to you, but I'm sure you can find it on the internet somewhere. I obviously don't want to promote the spread of this, and I think it's kind of weird if I send you guys NSFW links. So besides that, guys, if you enjoy the content, drop a like, subscribe. I'm your boy, TheFlightMike, and I'll catch you guys later.